Damn, I need a haircut. Hi, y'all. It's your friendly neighborhood coach, Jason. And today we're talking about the things I wish I knew when I was younger about physical fitness. So, first and foremost, I'm in my 50s. I'm a professional mentor and a professional coach. I work with people to help them reach their goals. Today, we are talking about things I wish I knew when I was younger, but I'm glad I know now in my physical fitness journey. Got all the way up to 280 pounds, Project Life IT, eating a lot of French fries, and came down to 230 pounds, much healthier now. And people have asked what that took, what I wish I knew, and what I would do different. It's pretty much the same thing I would do now. So this stuff applies not just to people in their 20s. This applies to anybody who is trying to get fit. I hope this helps. Stay tuned. So, if you are making time right now to play, keep playing. What do I mean by play? Whether it is soccer, basketball, volleyball, football, or if you just love running, don't stop. You're going to get tempted to invest all of your time into your career, or all of your time into a significant other, or all of your time into all manner of things. And people are going to basically say, oh, it's worth a trade off. You have to die a little bit now so you can live a lot later. Some of this isn't bad advice if it's a couple days. If this spans into weeks or months of your life, this is not great advice. I'm here to encourage you that whatever you are doing right now that you enjoy for your physical fitness, you should not stop. You're going to spend time on many things, but just like investing, everything that you spend is not an investment. All of the time that you spend can't be an investment in your physical fitness. So I want to encourage you to continue to invest the time in your physical fitness so that later on you can see a return, which brings me to mindsets that are important for your physical fitness. So that investing mindset carries through so many areas of your life. You have so much time each day, right? We can't argue with how long we have. We don't know how long we have to work, how long we have to be physically active, how long we have to be with somebody that we love. But what we know today is what we have today. Frankly, you don't even know that when you wake up. None of us knows if we're going to make it to the end of the day, but I don't want to be morbid. But in each 24-hour period, you have so much time that you can put towards something worthwhile. Like I said before, I want you to think about this mindset of, well, do you want to spend or do you want to invest? I want you to have a mindset of being an investor. An investing mindset says, I'm going to put down so much right now and I'm going to get a better return later. Why does this matter? A lot of the things that we do nowadays are for the immediate payoff. We get this squirt of dopamine when we do something or pay attention to something. A lot of times, just watching fitness videos or watching people prep food or watching people go on trips helps us to feel good immediately. But the reality is, if you were to sit there and if you were to spend 8 hours in the next month watching all of the John Wick media, all the movies, at the end of the month, you would not be any more physically fit or closer to being John Wick. But if you spent 2 hours a week training in martial arts with someone who's going to walk beside you and make sure you know what you're doing, yeah, at the end of the month, you're still not going to be John Wick, but you will be closer than if you just watch stuff. Investing your time in physical fitness is the same. If you spend the time, if you invest the time, you will see more of a return. That's mindset number one, is the investor's mindset. The second mindset I want you to shift from, I talked about a little bit, this idea of the immediate return or doing things because they feel good or they help you feel good right now, and things that help you feel good down the road. In your system, there's something called dopamine. You've heard of it by now, where you get this reward immediately. But there's also something in your system called oxytocin, which we usually call the love hormone. You get it when you're with someone and you feel taken care of and you feel like someone is having affection for you. You can give yourself some of this. If you do things now to take care of the future you, you are giving yourself this long-term good feeling. Some people love running. Other people hate running. But running is going to help you feel better down the road from a cardiovascular perspective. I'm not saying everyone should run. Some people, like myself, have plantar fasciitis, all kinds of stuff, and maybe running's not the thing for you. But my point is, the things that you do now are going to help you down the road to feel better and to be better. So those are the two mindsets that I want you to keep in mind, the investor mindset and the taking care of future you mindset. I want to talk to you a little bit about the science behind working out and some things that matter that you may or may not have heard before. This won't take long, I promise. So in physical activity, I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to keep it to three kinds of activities that you can do for your own physical health. One, movement. Very simple. Just moving around, whether it's walking, swimming, anything that you do where you go from point A to point B and your body is just doing it. We're not talking about the next kind, which is cardio, where your heart rate goes up. Whether your heart rate goes up or not, just moving is very healthy for you. Number two, like I mentioned a second ago, is cardiovascular exercise. This requires that your heart rate goes up for 15 minutes or more of sustained activity. Typically, when we think of cardio, we think of running, but also skipping, going up the stairs. Dancing really hard can also get you cardiovascular exercise. So you can dance slowly and get movement, and you can dance quicker and get cardio. The last kind of physical activity is strength training. You should be strength training twice a week for most people. If you're training for something, it could be more. But you really want to work into your life the habit of getting 2 sessions of strength training per week, getting 2 cardiovascular workouts per week. As I said before, they can be 15 minutes. Also, the strength training doesn't have to be long. You could be doing strength training twice a week for 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be extensive. I'm especially talking to people that start. If you're watching this and you go to the gym 3 times a week, I'm going to say to you, you can turn it off and go to the next video. You're good. But for a lot of people who are starting out or having trouble starting, the idea of working out means that I'm going to have to invest 3, 6, 9 hours a week. And that is not true. To get the results that you want to see in your body to be healthier, you could be doing half an hour of movement a day and then 2 sessions of cardio, 15 minutes each, and 2 sessions of strength training, 15 minutes each, and see the results in your body. And those are the 3 kinds of activities that you want to do. Another thing I want you to think about is that when we talk about physical activity, we a lot of times skip over the need for sleep. If you're not sleeping well, your body doesn't get a chance to do a lot of things that it only does when you're sleeping. When you're asleep, your muscles repair. So when you're lifting weights, if you don't sleep enough, you're not going to see the results that you want. And I can be honest with you, a lot of my clients, they don't just want to work out because they want to be healthy, be stronger. They want to look stronger also. So if you're doing this work of strength training, whether it's calisthenics, whether it's lifting weights, whatever your flavor is, you are less likely to see the results if you're not resting. For sleep, what you want to do is get your sleep into a regular rhythm. What I mean by a regular rhythm is you want to get your sleep into a window. The window is not going to be perfect, and I'm going to give you an example. I'll give you my window. Most days, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, latest. So for me, my sleep window is that I want to be asleep by 11 o'clock. Now, immediately, for you guys who are doing the math and you're saying, wait a second, that's not 8 hours of sleep. I know my average sleep is around 7 hours. I'm coming from being an insomniac for years. 7 hours is actually amazing for me. Yes, I still want to get to 8, but right now, just being honest with you, my sleep window is from around 11 o'clock at night to around 6 o'clock in the morning. The reason I say it's not perfect is if I have a family thing, or if I have an outing with my friends, or frankly, if a new show comes out that we're really enjoying, either I stay up to watch it or I stay up to watch it with my wife, my sleep window sometimes goes out of the window. But here's the thing that I want you to remember. The one day is not going to ruin you. When I say most of the time, I want you to keep your sleep window in a regular window 4 to 5 days a week, understanding that stuff happens and you haven't ruined it. Yeah, you're going to probably, especially at my age, feel a little bit off for a day or a couple days, but eventually you will come back to feeling better when you keep that sleep window normal. Having an irregular sleep window is something like staying up till 3 one night, staying up till 11 one night, staying up till 9 one night, taking a bunch of naps in the day. There are a lot of effects on your body that aren't great for you if you just keep on changing your window all over the place. Now, I know this video was coached for younger folks, and at 20, magic things happen because you're full of growth hormone. But I'm telling you, your time is limited. When you get into your late 20s and 30s, this is going to change, and I want you to hear me now. Your regular sleep window is very important. One other thing with sleep, I want you to actually prep for it. What do I mean by that? An hour before you want to sleep, you need to start winding down. I love shows with tons of action and sometimes violence, but that kind of stimulation or anything graphic is going to get you into the place where you are not ready to sleep. Our systems are not adapted for us seeing murder and mayhem, even on the tiny screen, and then just going to sleep. So for me, what I try to be, well, I try to be regular about is that after, since I go to sleep around 11, after 10 o'clock, first of all, I try not to be on social media because I don't know what's going to come. It's not something that's in my control. Anything could come through social media or the news, let alone watching stuff that's going to get me overstimulated. So I want things that are sort of a controlled level of stimulation. I will do my Duolingo at that time of night. I might read about stocks, boring, right before I go to bed. But that's the time of night where I want those kind of inputs. I don't want inputs that are going to keep me awake. So whatever that is for you, it might be music. Some people like rain sounds. Some people like watching nature videos. Again, if it's the nature videos where the tiger is hunting, that's a lot of stimulation. You want something that is relatively calm and relaxing. You might watch social media for a little bit, but then at some point later on, you want to get into something that is relaxing and stable for you. Another part of physical fitness is nutrition. I'm not going to go deep into anything in this video. It's already longer than I thought it would be. Nutrition. It's really important for you to make sure that you are getting enough protein and enough fiber. Sure, you could, if you eat chicken, you can eat lots of chicken. If you eat eggs, you can eat lots of eggs. If you eat beef, you can eat beef. If you're a vegetarian, there are beans and there are seeds and things that are higher in protein. For a lot of people, these things are a challenge. If you want to make it easy for yourself, adding one protein shake per day and adding a very high fiber cereal can be a hack that a lot of my clients use in order to help with their daily nutrition needs. If you're doing all of this work, not having enough protein and not having enough fiber are going to be the enemy of your progress because your system will not work properly to build muscle and use fat as an energy source or get rid of it if you are having the wrong nutrition. I didn't use the word diet because for a lot of people, it's triggering. When I say diet, I think of the thing that I do because I want to look good in a bathing suit. That's not what I'm talking about. Just like with the sleep, this is something that I want you to be conscious of 4 to 5 days a week. If you have a family party and you're eating all of the rich food and drinking any alcohol at all, that's not the day that you're worried about your nutrition. Let's be honest with ourselves. But on the other days, I want you to be aware of how much protein and fiber you're getting in. You can do that either by controlling what you eat, or you can do it by doing hacks where you're eating more fiber. There are also new drugs now, or not drugs, but there are pills and things you can take that turn your sugar into fiber. But I'm not going to get into that video. I will post some links below of some things that work as far as protein, fiber, and other things. The other thing that I want you to do if you haven't been doing physical activity is start now. Find something that you can try. If you've been doing nothing, I'm going to give you good news. When you start, you are going to see the biggest change from doing nothing to doing something. So if you've been doing nothing, I want you to start going for a walk for 30 minutes if you're able. I want you to go for a swim for 30 minutes if you're able. Or I'm going to post a video you can do. I'm not getting paid for this video, but it's a video a lot of my clients use in order to just get active for 15 minutes. There's no weights required. There are no ground exercises. It's a pure standing up, moving exercise. If you do something like the video I'm going to post below, you can see a lot of results quickly just by being consistent. But to be consistent, you have to start. Another thing that can help a lot of people is measuring what they're doing. There are tons of tools and apps that you can use probably already on your phone. There are wearables you can use. There are journals that people use. All of these things are good for being honest with yourself about what you have and have not been doing on a given day. I'll post some links below. I'll post some things below that have worked for me and my clients. These are just things that are options for you. One more thing that actually works very well is having buddies, accountability buddies, a team. If you have people who are expecting you to show up for a workout, it helps you to keep going and you can help them to keep going. Community is really big. If you live with someone who hasn't been active either, try and get them engaged in whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's a walk, a team sport, or swimming. Try to get them engaged, do it together. Family dance parties are one of my favorite things to suggest because it's a good way to introduce your loved ones to music that you love, dances you like to do, but also it gets you moving at the very least. Another thing that I want you to do is be open to trying new things. You don't have to love them. I live in a climate where sometimes you can't walk outside. Try walking in the mall. Try walking somewhere that you wouldn't usually consider as somewhere to walk. Most of the malls here have a mall walk, which means in the dead of winter, when the snow is taller than I am and it's freezing cold and no one wants to be outside. Well, that's not true. Some people, I see them, they are out there no matter what, running, walking, riding their bikes. Yes, people ride their bikes in the winter in Canada. I have seen it. My hat's off to them. That's not me. So there are times of the year where I have to do a workout in the house, or I need to go to the gym, or I need to go to the mall and go for a walk. I want to encourage you to try different things. You might find something fun. If you're having fun, you are also more likely to stay active. The last thing is, I want you to keep going. I want you to not give up on yourself. And I want you to remind yourself, set calendar reminders. They work great. Remind yourself that these activities are worth it and you need to do this for yourself. If you want some help making a plan for yourself, shoot me an email. We can get on a Zoom call. I would love to talk to you. I'll post my email below. It's coachjasonmonroe@gmail.com. I hope you have a good day. Take care of yourself. Thank you.